This Bitcoin rally is doing exactly what it's designed to do. 2 weeks ago at 58k, I called this local bottom when everyone else was bearish and calling for lower prices. The same people have turned bullish and are calling for this to be the cycle bottom. They were wrong 2 weeks ago and they will be wrong again. So in this video, I show you exactly what this rally is, the macro news that have just developed, and of course my price levels and how I am planning to play this rally in my long-term target zones. So let's get into it. The Iran-US war is heating up again. This is of course a bearish sign. Oil pumped up now 10% on this bearish news. The S&P 500 will likely open red, but I think it will still continue to stay in that range. And of course Bitcoin also dropped slightly and is now at the support line at 62,000. But in my opinion, a bounce here is expected, and I still think Bitcoin will rise higher and we will at least see 67 to 68k. And my reasoning is simple. I think as long as the FIFA World Cup is running, I don't see Trump has an interest to escalate that war, because most of attention is right now at the World Cup, and I think it would put a very bad light at his reputation now if he chooses to escalate the war exactly in the middle of the FIFA World Cup. And even if the war is escalating, I don't think it will change Bitcoin's path, because if we look at the last time the war exactly started on March 1st, and despite the war just started and the Strait of Hormuz was fully closed, we saw a rise in Bitcoin up to 80k. In my opinion, there is no reason to assume that an escalation of the war will stop Bitcoin to rise higher from here. Another big news that shaked this rally lately was Michael Saylor, who is now officially a Bitcoin seller. You would think this is a bearish for the market, but in my opinion, it's actually bullish, because instead of an uncontrolled death spiral, Saylor is just now another participant in the market that is tradable. The fact that he is now a seller is, in my opinion, already marked in. The Bitcoin price dipped below 62,000 but got immediately bought up again, showcasing how strong this rally right now is. So yeah, in my opinion, Michael Saylor played this really good, and he is not a risk factor in this market anymore. And one big reason why we likely continue this rally is simply because Trump came out as a big crypto guy. He now officially holds Bitcoin, and in a recent interview he confirmed Bitcoin could become part of his Trump accounts, which is of course huge because it allows children in America to build long-term savings with Bitcoin. But like I said before, none of that changes my Bitcoin thesis. Whatever the S&P 500 or oil does next, it will not change the projected move of Bitcoin higher, in my opinion, into the end of July and the early weeks of August. So now let's have a look at Bitcoin. This cycle we already had 2 bear market rallies. 2 times price bounced hard and then crashed lower. And the last one will probably be the one that will trick the most people. Really, it is now the time to lock in. We don't want to lose our gains we had since we sold at 110k. In my opinion, Bitcoin will really just repeat what we saw in 2018, where it bounced multiple times at 6k before we saw the last leg down at the end of the year. And I'm expecting the same thing for this cycle and this coming rally. We will move between the 200-week moving average and 200-day moving average until we finally break down lower to our last target zone between 50 and 54k. By now, every content creator and influencer is calling for a green July. While I was been calling for a green July since May, I still think this will likely hold, but the tricky part is really how high will Bitcoin go. It could be anywhere between 68k and 72k where the 200-week moving average is. So my approach for the upcoming bull trap is I will place short orders around this level starting at 68k up to 72k. I do want to short Bitcoin at this level because I'm convinced the bottom is not in yet and we will see prices lower. So for me, what most likely is going to happen is we rise here to the upper end of that bear flag. This is the area where everyone will be max bullish again. They will call for the bottom to be in, and the fear and greed index will be likely closer to the greed area. And if I see this will be my short trigger. This is the area where I will be maximum bearish again and open a short, hold and target the lows at 54k. And the reason why I think it goes lower anyway, it's simply the 4-year cycle theory. The 4-year cycle theory now has enough believers behind it that it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The closer we will get to October, selling pressure will increase and we will see strong weakness in Bitcoin. Of course, it is not financial advice. If we just directly drop from here and crash lower, then the bottom will be in earlier and I will not expect any more cycle bottoms later this year. So yeah, this upcoming rally will be very tricky and we are likely entering the zone where most people do the most mistakes. It is now the time to lock in and be focused. I am sticking to my plan, and if I don't see my short area triggered, I am still happy when the price goes down to my lower targets, where I will accumulate more spot Bitcoin and probably even go all in if we reach these levels. So don't get tricked by this rally. This is just another bull trap, and the higher we go now, the more bearish we should become. Now we just have to be patient for the price to come up to our short area. And if that happens, we have to stick to our plan and not get confused by all the bulls that will scream the bottom is in. So yeah, that's it for today's update video. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.